been a while. I'm excited. Welcome back everybody to Fat Girl-esque. I'm Rachel Fat Girl for those who are new to my channel who don't know me. I've been posting a lot of travel vlogs lately. The summer has been absolutely crazy. I was wanting to do pregnancy vlogs throughout my entire pregnancy, but with how busy it's been in the summer, it's been impossible. Like, I'm still catching up on travel vlogs. I now want to consistently make a weekly vlog for the rest of my pregnancy. I thought I might as well finish it off with some videos where I can have these memories, because it's such a cool experience being pregnant and having someone grow inside of you, your own son or your own daughter, you know. So I'm just super grateful for this experience, and I want to document it and always remember it. I'm going to begin by going through all these questions. I've been watching other pregnancy vlogs and how people do it, and I've kind of just liked the question and answer thing. If there's any other questions that you guys want to ask me, I would love to hear them. But I have a good amount, and I think it might be something that people are interested in or could benefit from, or I don't know, maybe it's just something that you guys would like to hear. I just really kind of just want to remember all these little things and be able to look back and be like, oh my gosh, I remember that, or oh my gosh, that was terrible, or oh, that was such a good memory. I just think that's really cool. So let's begin. I have my phone with me because I can't remember all these questions. It's a lot. First question, how far along am I? Well, I am 29 weeks and 3 days as of today. This vlog, I don't know if it'll be posted today or later this week. I really just wanted to give an update from week 28 to, I guess, the beginning of week 29, because I mean, I'm here. But I kind of wanted to do it week by week, so I'll probably just focus on my 28th week because I've experienced it, been there, done that, and so you guys can know how that was for me. What is the gender of my baby? Most of you probably know this, especially if you follow me on social media, but I'm having a boy, and we are naming him Jacob Connor Fat Girl. And we're naming him that because, oh, I'm just so excited, it's so cute. We're naming him after his grandpa, which is Connor's dad. And we're also naming him after Connor in a way, because Connor's full name is Connor Jacob Fat Girl. So it's really just Connor's name in reverse. And he told me he wanted a boy named Jacob Connor Fat Girl. I think it was as soon as we got engaged, or it was like right after we got married. He's like, just so you know, when we have a baby boy, his name will be Jacob Connor Fat Girl. And I was like, okay, it's cute enough for me. Like, we knew the name of a boy and a girl like within like the first 2 months of us being pregnant. And then and the boy name we had from even before that. So yeah, we never struggled with names. So that was actually really nice, because I've heard stories of parents going back and forth of what to name their child. So I'm glad that was an easy one. The next question is, what is the size of the baby as of now? Here it says between 15 to 17 inches and between 2.5 to 3 pounds. I get my information from some apps. So I just have a couple. It's The Bump, which I'm sure every pregnant person's heard of. Every pregnant YouTuber that I've known has that app. And the second one is What to Expect, also a very popular one. And I just go back and forth on those because they've both been great, and they give different information or different insights and perspectives that I really like. Okay, so the next question is your last appointment update. So my last appointment, I did the glucose test. So I had to drink a very sugary drink within 5 minutes, and then from the time I finished the drink, I had an hour before I needed to be at the office for them to take some blood tests. So yeah, so I did that, and the results came back and they were fine. At least that's what it said in the text that they sent me. But then a couple days later, they called me and they said that they noticed that my iron levels were low and that I needed to start taking iron supplements with some orange juice. I've heard that iron deficiency is actually really common, so I'm not too worried about it. My mom had it, and then a few of my friends have told me that they went through the same thing and it's not a big deal. My next question is that I hope you guys are interested in. Who knows? I'm just like taking a guess of what people might want to know. My total weight gain. So I started off as 127 pounds. Now if I weigh myself in the morning before I eat anything, I'm about 143 pounds. So that's about 16, 17 pounds. That's kind of my total weight gain. I would say between 16 and 18 since my weight fluctuates, which is completely normal. And I'm right on track with where I'm supposed to be. They say that on average you should gain a pound a week, but my doctor has explained that it's not always so uniform, like, oh, this week I gained a pound, and it's like that with the entire pregnancy. Sometimes people gain like 3 pounds in 1 week and then gain no weight the next 2 weeks. So he said not to worry about it if you like gain more or less on some weeks than others, as long as that overall you gain between 25 and 35 pounds. And I mean, everybody's body reacts differently. Some people gain up to 60 pounds. I knew a woman who on average gained like 60 pounds with every pregnancy, and I didn't know that because I always looked up to her and was like, man, I really hope I look like her when I'm pregnant. I always thought that, and then later I found out that people were telling me, they're like, you know, she gains a lot of weight like when she's pregnant, like it's actually really hard for her to work it off afterwards. I'm like, no way, like she looks great, and she always works it off. So that gave me hope. Like, if I did gain over the amount that I should, everybody's body is different. It shouldn't matter as long as you're determined enough to, you know, try to be healthy throughout the pregnancy the best you can and work it off afterwards. I'm doing the best I can, but yeah, I'll talk about that more later. Okay, so physical changes in my body besides my belly growing, because that's a given. My belly is going to grow if the baby's growing. The first thing that I noticed, I think it was in the middle of my second trimester when it first started happening, my belly button started sticking out a little bit, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have an outie. I've always had an innie, and so I don't know why I thought I was going to be completely resistant to having an outie belly button through my pregnancy, but it's starting to stick out a lot more now. It's like halfway out, so it's kind of weird. It's like, if it's gonna come out, I wish it would just completely come out, you know, and I'll just be halfway there because it just looks weird. So that's been kind of a weird thing. Also, swollen feet. It's not painful yet, it's not overwhelming, but my shoes have been tight, and so I've been wearing the same sandals for the past week because it's the only thing that's really comfortable to wear, and I know I need to start getting new shoes, but I don't want to get too much, I don't want to spend too much money, so I don't know exactly what to do about that. I just want to be comfortable, and because I know my feet are only going to get more swollen from here now that I'm in my 3rd trimester, and I still have about 10 pounds to gain, so yay for swollen feet. Next question, which kind of goes with this last question, is have I gotten any stretch marks yet? No, I have no stretch marks, thank goodness. But I'm not too worried if I do get them later. I know in my genes, like from my mom, I'll probably get stretch marks. My sister got stretch marks when she had her baby, but I know they fade over time and it's a natural thing, not a big deal, but I am kind of surprised I haven't gotten any yet. I have been applying oil to my stomach and other areas of my body to make sure that I don't get stretch marks, and I wasn't going to do that at first because from the research that I've done, it says like it's really just genetics and there's nothing you can do to prevent it. So I was like, well, why try then, you know? But then my dad was like, hey, you might as well do it. It's your first pregnancy, and if it makes you feel any better, like, might as well try it, and if it helps, then it helps, and awesome. But if you never do anything about it or try, then like, who knows? So I started applying oil and lotion, not consistently. I don't do it every day, but enough to, I guess, feel confident that I'm doing something about it to maybe prevent it. Okay, so symptoms. This is probably the question that most people are interested in. I guess in the last 2 weeks, or I guess in the last week from week 28, it has been Braxton Hicks contractions. Yeah, Braxton Hicks contractions has definitely been a very big symptom of mine in the past week. I actually had an experience with this. So I've been trying to exercise every day. I was very active this one morning when doing my workout, and it was harder than it's ever been. I just forget that it's literally a continuous progression with this pregnancy, and I can't do the same thing forever. I can't do the same workouts forever. Like, I'm going to have to like keep it down a little bit. But yeah, that morning really taught me that, because afterwards I started having a lot of Braxton Hicks contractions. For those of you who don't know what that is or not familiar with it, it's when my stomach tightens and it gets really hard kind of my, like, just in my abdomen. For me, it's not painful, but it is really uncomfortable, and it just lasts a little bit and goes away. And the doctor did tell me it's normal if it happens like once an hour. And that's even a lot for some people, because some people don't ever feel them throughout their entire pregnancy. I had felt it before and it wasn't a big deal, but this time it was happening consistently, like every 2 to 3 minutes, even after like sitting down and resting for a while. And it started kind of scaring me. Did I say that right? It started kind of scaring me. And so I called my mom, and she was worried and was like, well, you should probably call your nurse or your doctor and just see if you should go in. And she's like, and I would start timing it. And so that's why I started timing it, and it was like 2 to 3 minutes apart. So I ended up going to the hospital because the nurse had told me if it lasted for a few hours, I should probably go in, and it had been going on for about 2 or 3 hours. And so I went in to labor and delivery, and they put me in the hospital bed, and they monitored me for about an hour. And the monitor didn't pick anything up. It was so, I was so frustrated, because it's like I'm telling them that I'm feeling these things, and then as soon as I lay down, they stop. What the heck? Why as soon as I come to get help, it stops? Because then it makes me look dumb to these nurses who probably deal with these people all the time who are not actually experiencing anything. And anyway, the nurse was really, really nice, and she believed me. And like, I did have them twice while I was there, the Braxton Hicks contractions. It was like 2 or 3 times while I was there for the hour, but her monitor didn't pick it up. And oh, the coolest part about it though, I'm glad I went in, not just because I was worried, but I was also able to hear the baby's heartbeat. I got to hear him hiccup, because I had never known what it felt like for him to hiccup. Like, I could tell he was moving. I just assumed he was kicking me. But I was like, I guess he was really good at keeping a beat, because it was just like a constant pulse. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Anyway, so like when she pointed out that he was hiccuping and you could hear him, I was able to connect what I heard to what I felt. And so I was like, oh, that's him hiccuping. And then there's other times where it just sounded like he was rolling around in there. I was like, what the heck? I wish there was an ultrasound so I could see what he's doing, because he has been so active, like even more so lately. So I guess another symptom besides that, Braxton Hicks contractions, is back pain. I have had a little bit of back pain. It just gets really sore, like on my lower back on my right side. So I have to be kind of careful when I do my workouts now. I'm trying to not push myself too hard ever since that Braxton Hicks contraction scare, whatever it was. And also, oh, leg cramps. So I haven't really felt leg cramps since like the middle of my 2nd trimester. Or was it, maybe it was the first like week or 2 of my 2nd trimester. Because then I talked to my doctor about it, and he told me just to eat a banana a day to keep the cramps away. And it actually worked. I was eating a banana a day and the cramps never came back. But then this last week, or really the past 2 weeks, I've been kind of feeling my legs tighten a little bit if I walk around for a really long time. Like, I really noticed it because since we've been traveling, we have been walking a lot. But it didn't hurt like super bad, but they did feel sore. Like the next day, like I was like, man, like it feels sore from them tightening yesterday, even though it wasn't super painful in the moment when they tightened. But just the other day, like maybe 2 or 3 days ago, I woke up like screaming. Not screaming, like it was just like, ah, ow, you know, something like that. I woke Connor up and it hurt really bad, like really bad. Like, I've heard pregnant women before say, it feels like someone's stabbing me in the leg, but it kind of does. Like, I thought that was an over exaggeration, but I mean, having a really severe Charlie horse in your calf muscle is painful. Like, oh, it was not good. And so Connor, he was so sweet. He just was like, is there anything I could do? And I was like trying to stretch it out on my own, and then he just started massaging it. It felt so good. I was just like, oh, thank you. So he was just super nice. He's a great husband. I love him. So yeah, that's pretty much all for symptoms that I can think of. My next question is food cravings. Well, not really. The only thing that has been kind of weird with my appetite. Oh, actually, okay, I am lying. Okay, it's not cravings, it's like things that I used to like that I don't like, or my taste buds just completely reject. Through all of my pregnancy, I've hated salad. Like, oh, like raw vegetables, they're disgusting. So I would force myself to eat veggies by just having cooked vegetables because I was pretty fine with that, because I could season them however I wanted to and stuff like that. So yeah, but third trimester, I actually start liking salad again. I still don't like balsamic vinegar, which I used to love. Like, I have to have ranch, but I just don't put too much of it because I'm trying to be healthy, so I try not to overdo it. But I especially love salad with avocado. I think it's so good. Oh, it's delicious. And a new discovery, well, it's kind of like a rediscovery of plums. I love plums. It's such a random fruit, I feel like, but like, oh, they're so good. They're so sweet. Like, I feel like it's like the perfect fruit. It's like beautiful, and you bite into it, it's super juicy. It's like, how come I don't buy these more? Like, these are incredible. So actually just today I went and bought some more plums because they're so good. But that's not so much a craving. I feel like it was just a food that I rediscovered during my pregnancy, because like I had eaten some before, like a few months ago, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. And then I saw them at the store. I was like, hey, I remember those being kind of good, and now I'm just like obsessed. But I feel like that would have happened whether I was pregnant or not. Oh, but the things that like I don't like. So a few days ago, really it was yesterday. So this is technically week 29, so sorry. But so yesterday, for some reason, whenever I ate salsa, which I love salsa, I love Mexican food. But whenever I ate salsa, it tasted super weird to me. Anything with like tomato tasted really weird. Like my taste buds, it just tasted almost rotten. Like, it was gross. And I knew my salsa hadn't gone bad because I recently bought it. So I was like, what is going on? And then last night when I was making spaghetti for Connor with spaghetti squash, and it was so bad. It tasted so bad. And Connor was laughing at it because he was telling me, he's like, this is like the first time since we've been married that you've made something that's like not super delicious. He's like, you should be proud of that. We're gonna go and celebrate. So we ended up just going out to eat, and we went to this Mexican restaurant, and there was salsa, and I dipped my chips in it to eat it, and it tasted so weird, and I wanted to love it so much, and I kept on asking Connor, I was like, is this normal? He's like, I mean, it's a little bit of a different taste, but I mean, yeah, like it tastes like good salsa, but for me, like it tasted super weird. So yeah, and even the spaghetti, it tasted, I think, even extra weird to me because of the tomato sauce. So I don't understand. I don't know why that happened, because today I had it and it tasted fine. So yeah, I don't know. How are you sleeping is the next question. This is the most stressful thing for me. This past week has been so hard with sleeping. I thought with with insomnia, it would be caused by pain in my stomach, or not pain, but like just being uncomfortable. But it's not so much that as it is my weird dreams. Like, I wake up in the middle of the night every single night, at least a couple of times, with just super weird dreams. Really weird. I don't usually remember them, but I did have one dream that I do remember, and it was about caterpillars eating each other. I know, sounds weird, but there was a big one, a medium one, and a small one. And the big one tried eating the medium one, but the medium one ended up tackling the big one, eating that. And the little one ended up eating the medium one that had gotten bigger from eating the big one. And so the little one ended up being the biggest because he ate the other caterpillars. And it was so weird and so gross, and I did not like watching it, but I couldn't turn away because it was in my dream. And so when I woke up, I had a hard time going back to sleep. And it's been like that like every single night. So there's this other dream where I was like running around or running away from something. I don't remember. But it was hurting my stomach because I had to like, I don't know. It just hurt to run. And I woke up with just soreness in my stomach, or a Braxton Hicks contraction. And I was like, oh, it was not good. So yeah, sleeping has been really hard. How have the movements of baby Jacob been? Like, has he been moving a lot? I guess is the question. Yes, he kicks a ton, but he usually kicks at night, starting at like maybe 8 or 9. Goes off and on through the entire night, and then as soon as I wake up. How have my emotions been? I guess last week I was more emotional than usual just because my family had come into town, which was a big deal for me because they live far away, and for them to come see me meant a whole lot to me. So I don't know if that was just a pregnancy thing or if it was just a sentimental thing. But yeah, so kind of emotional, but I guess that's a better question to ask my husband. What are you looking forward to the most? I guess I could have probably saved this for a later vlog, but I think I'm the most excited to see Connor as a dad. I think it's gonna be super cool because, like, for me, like, since I can physically feel Jacob inside of me, I'm mentally preparing myself. But for Connor, I feel like it might be a little bit harder just because he doesn't physically feel it all the time. But I think for him to actually see baby Jacob is going to be a big deal. And for him to like play with them and hold them and stuff. So I guess that's what I'm most looking forward to. My last thing is a belly shot. So people are probably going to expect me to like pull up my shirt all the way and be like, oh look, and that's where my weird belly button. But no, I'm not completely comfortable with that yet. Maybe because it's my first pregnancy and like, I don't know. Still my body, you know? So I'll show you guys just with my shirt on, and then I might lift up the shirt where you can see where my maternity pants are covering just to get you guys get a better idea. But hold on a second. So 29 weeks and 3 days. This is what my belly looks like. Yeah, it's growing. Here's my maternity pants. By the way, I got these from Motherhood Maternity, both the shirt and the pants. I love them. It just popped out in the last like 3 weeks. Before, people couldn't really tell I was pregnant if I wore certain clothes, but now it's like, it's pretty obvious now. That's all for my first pregnancy vlog for my 3rd trimester. I'll try to be consistent so that you guys can learn about what's going on, and hopefully it's helpful or interesting to you guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. I will be posting every week now, at least I hope, unless something goes terribly wrong, which I hope doesn't. And I also have a couple more travel vlogs to catch up with, so be on the lookout for those. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.